All right, cool. So guys, I appreciate everybody coming up for this training. Um, the reason why I came up with this training is I feel like there's a bit of a gap between the solar industry and the real estate industry. And I think the gap is not because, I don't know, we might not like each other or anything like that. I just feel like there's just a lot of misinformation and lack of understanding, right? So hopefully going through today, if you are in real estate, you'll be able to kind of get a little bit more of an insight on what the solar industry is about, how it actually is going to benefit homeowners, and how you guys can get involved as well. So my name is Joel. I am a solar broker for a company called Powur. And just to kind of tell you guys a little bit about me, I've been in the industry for a little under a year. I worked in multiple sales organizations. I actually was in the structured settlement industry for a while. And I actually dealt poker for 10 years. So I played semi-professionally, but I forgot all that. So if any of you guys have a home game you want to invite me to, I'm probably easy pickings. So a couple of pictures here, guys. That's me on the right, one of the installs. There's a couple other ones here on the bottom and in the middle on the left, some of my recent installs. We do a lot of training in our company. We not just within us consultants, but with real estate firms, with roofing companies. We really want to educate all industries about the benefits of solar and how they can get involved and really partner with us. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. One of the things that really fires me up about working in this space is the people. I mean, these are just selfless and very educated and loving individuals. And we do a lot of good in giving back. And if you see the picture on the bottom, the one in the middle, the one that kind of seems like they just did their laundry and their dryer broke, and there's a bunch of sheets and stuff kind of hanging from some lines. That they're not airing out their laundry to dry. That's this family in Mexico. Those are their walls. That's their roof. Okay, this is how they live, guys. They're sleeping on rocks and dirt. You can imagine as providers for your family, and if those of us that have kids, man, that's got to be not a fun situation to be in. So we partnered with a roofing company, and one of our teams from Powur kind of went out there and built this home that you see there on the bottom, right? So now they have 4 walls, they have a roof. We installed a couple solar panels, so now they have some power to the house. And man, just little projects like that. We're going to be traveling to Peru with a couple other partnering companies, and man, just being able to give back and provide clean energy, clean water for people all across the country. That's what's really rewarding when it comes to it. Yes, saving homeowners a ton of money is very important. Helping the environment is key as well. And if you guys notice the picture in the middle, I'm about to get choked up. Those 3 guys are my why. They're the reason why I wake up every day, why I work 16-hour days, because you know what, they're my offspring. And that's Jason in the middle, Gabriela on the right, and Camila on the left. So I want this planet to be a better place for them. I was working in other industries, yes, making really good money, but at the end of the day, if we're leaving this planet worse off for our kids and our offspring, and not just my kids, your kids as well, your nephews, your nieces, then I feel like we're doing them a disservice. So being part of this industry allows me to get all that. So enough with all the sappy stuff. Let's talk about a couple of topics we're going to be covering today. We're going to talk about the top 5 misconceptions in solar. Do you really save money? Like, are homeowners really, when they switch to solar, are they saving money or are they paying more? Why waiting to upgrade solar is not only costing homeowners money, but it's costing you as the real estate agent a lot of money as well. And we'll get into the details later, of course. The top 5 homeowner concerns when they are actually, speaking to us about solar. Some examples of a few of my clients that actually flipped over to solar, and was it a mistake, right? Do they regret it? We'll take a look at their previous and current situation now. And ultimately, guys, why should you add solar to your portfolio as a real estate agent, right? A lot of agents that I've spoken with, they just kind of look at it as, something extra. They don't really want to deal with it. Their mindset is, man, that's just something between me and my commission, right? And I want to try to give you guys a little bit of a different perspective. So when you guys look at the solar industry, I want you to look at it as an asset, right? Not only helping homeowners, but something that you can join in and partner to help yourselves. So let's get on here to the next one. What will you learn that's going to put you above your competition, right? And again, this is for you guys, the real estate agents. First, understanding the shift that's happening and that is needed in our country in regards to renewable energy. Guys, just look around. You got electric cars, starting to pop up all over the place. You're starting to see solar in a lot of homes, and that's just the direction we're going. You're going to learn how solar actually works and the benefits for your clients. The urgency that your clients need to have to go solar before the tax credit goes away. Right now, the government is incentivizing homeowners who qualify by giving them a 26% down payment towards the cost of their system. So for example, system costs $40,000, they're giving them 10 grand. A lot of times the bigger the system, the more money they're providing. So that eventually is going to go away. The cost of electricity is going to continue to rise, as we're going to see in a little bit here in the slides ahead. So eventually people are going to go solar. Why not do it now when they have these incentives in place? And also the value of owning your power instead of renting it. I mean, nobody knows better than real estate agents. You guys are helping homeowners go from rent to own their properties, right? To own their homes. Well, why are you doing that? Well, because you're teaching and the homeowners understand that if I own a house and I'm paying every month, for my living, payments, my mortgage, that's paying down the value of the house. That's building equity. Well, now you have an opportunity to also own your power as well. And that's through solar. And ultimately for you real estate agents, you guys are going to learn how you leverage the foundation that you have in real estate to tap into a multi-billion-dollar industry that's in the solar industry. So if you guys didn't know this, your clients are going to go solar, whether they do it now, whether they do it somewhere down the line. I have a brother and a sister, and if they go buy a car, make a $50,000, $60,000 investment on a vehicle, they're not going to call me and say, hey, Joel, listen, I'm looking at this truck, or this van. What do you think? What do you think about the color red? And by the way, guys, if you can mute yourself, please. I'm hearing some feedback here for everybody watching. They don't call me to ask me my opinion on it. They'll just show up to my driveway with a $60,000 car. So a lot of you may think, oh, my sister or my brother or my neighbor or my clients, they don't care about solar. You're going to end up finding out that you're going to come home one day, or you're going to visit this client one day, and they are going to have solar on their roof. And you could have been part of that transaction. And again, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So renewable energy is imperative for the longevity and the future of our planet. Why? Look around the things that have been going on. California, fires, blackouts. You know what happened in Texas just a little bit ago. For those of us in the East Coast, South Florida, and the Carolinas, we're in the path of, hurricanes row every single year. So, these are things that are happening to our planet that are caused by all the pollution and damage that we've done to it over decades and decades and decades of time. So we got to make a change. Guys, look at this little young boy here on the picture on the bottom. Some, respiratory issues. That's not a way to live. He's got to breathe through a mask taped to his face. Guys, these are real issues that are happening in our planet, and it could happen to you. And some of you guys might already know family or friends that have, these issues or respiratory things. And those are the lucky ones, because those are the ones that are still alive. You got people that I'm just letting some people in here in the thing. You got people that are dying because of this, right? All over the country. 7 million people are dying every single year on our planet because of the health problems like asthma, long-term respiratory issues, and it's costing us $5 trillion a year. So that has to change, right? Vehicles powered by gas will be one day the thing of the past. I mean, we see it right now in Europe. Ford is going to phase out any gasoline powered vehicles. GM has already talked about eliminating gasoline and diesel, light duty cars and SUVs by 2035. So, take a look at the new administration. They put a plan in place that by 2030, any greenhouse, pollution reductions, they're trying to minimize that by 50%. So success leaves clues, guys. You got to take a look at the things around you and what direction we're going. I'm sure you guys have heard of Google, right? Amazon, Uber, Airbnb. What if you had a time machine to go back when those industries began, right? Would you have joined in? Would you have partnered up with them somehow, some way? I'm pretty sure everybody here would have. Well, renewable energy is that new vehicle. Solar is that new industry. And I'm going to show you guys why partnering with us is going to help you get and reach the goals that you might be looking to achieve much sooner. And guys, it's no surprise. Electricity costs and rates are only going up and up and up. They've been doubling every couple of decades since the history of time. And with these new changes and going to clean energy, they're going to stop digging for coal and fossil fuels in the short time that we foresee. So what's that going to mean? That means that the cost, supply and demand, right? The less there is, the more it's going to cost us. And for those of us that are stuck powering our homes and our clients through the monopolies of the utility companies, they're just going to keep paying some ridiculous increasing rates. Those of you that are in the West Coast in California, you're already seeing it. 14% increases every year, 40, 50 cents a kilowatt hour. FPL here in the East Coast already proposed they're going to increase their bills by 18% by year 2025. You got companies like Duke Energy and TECO raising their rates by 4 or 5% every year. So again, this is no surprise that these things are happening. So what are we going to do about it? Well, more homes have gone solar in the last 2 years than the last 40 years combined. So that should tell you something, right? It's not like solar's been around for decades, but it's really taken off more recently. Why? Well, a couple of reasons. The cost of systems have gone down over 80%. Electricity keeps going up. And now they have programs where with zero money out of pocket, you can lock in your payment, have a price protection, and start turning a liability payment that's increasing every year into an asset for your home. It's really the perfect storm. So look, 69% of homeowners want a choice. We have choices for everything. My goodness, cell phone, AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint. You want to go get a burger, just type in burger into your Google Maps or whatever, and there'll be 3,800 burger joints in the local, within the next 5-mile radius. We have choices for everything. So why don't we have choices on how we power our homes? Well, guess what? We now do. But because of this stigma about solar and this and the misconceptions, a lot of people aren't even considering that. And that's what needs to change. And we're definitely doing that in the solar industry, and we need your help to do that as well. Guys, if you have any questions as we're going along, throw it into the chat. If you're liking the information and you're getting some good value from it, just type in value. Let me know that you're there. It helps me get some good feedback. 88% of homeowners support renewable energy to some extent, right? And 62% are open, right? Guess who those homeowners are? Those are your clients. Those are clients that you've sold homes to. Those are friends and neighbors and family members that own houses, and they want to know about solar. So there's a shift going on in our existence. Homeowners want to know about solar, and a lot of real estate agents are just like, don't see, don't hear, don't smell. So make it a point to learn, and that's why you guys are here, and I appreciate you for that. So top 5 misconceptions about solar. Well, going solar is just so expensive, Joel. I mean, it costs too much. No, it doesn't. It used to, right? A lot of people have ideas about solar that were, 5-10 years ago old. People can go solar right now today, as long as they qualify with zero money out of pocket and start paying less than what they're paying the utility company. I mean, my goodness, check, right? I don't want to have 2 bills. You know what I mean? I heard that when you go solar, you have 2 bills. No, guys, that's not the case. What ends up happening is you're going to replace the high electric bill that you're paying the utility company, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to replace it with a lower fixed solar bill, right? Yeah, we're going to pay the utility company a $10 to $20 connection fee every month because we're still connected to the grid. There's things called the net metering program where when you produce your power, it's going to go into the grid, whatever you don't use that during the day. And at night, you're going to pull back from those credits. So you need a place to store the energy. That's why we're going to give the utility company 10, 15, 20 bucks a month, depending on what part of the country you live in. But ultimately, even with the connection fee, you're going to be paying less than what you're paying the utility company. So solar is going to decrease the resale value of my home. Common misconception. Let me put it to you guys this way. You have two houses next to each other, right? 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,000 square feet. One has a paid off solar system that's producing power for the home. So that home, all they pay is a $20 connection fee to the utility company. And then you have a 3-2, same square footage, but they're paying a $400 bill to a liability utility monopoly they're going to have to keep paying for the rest of our lives. Which house do you think is worth more? Well, clearly the home that doesn't have a $5,000 a year electric payment that continues to go up. So the value of the house is going to be a little bit higher, right? So solar is not going to decrease the resale value of your home. It's actually going to increase it. And we'll see here in a little bit what that average is on a national scale. Man, I hear that solar panels require a lot of maintenance. Yeah, no, they don't. The panels are going to last 30, 40, 50 years. A lot of companies put warranties on these systems for 20 to 30 years. So these things are going to last a long time. The maintenance is very minimal. A lot of people are, worried, how often do I have to clean it? They're made with a certain film on that. The fact of the rain from the sky is just going to clean them themselves. Now, can you hire somebody every couple of years? People do. A couple $100. They come out there, squeegee, pressure wash, and clean the panels. But ultimately, guys, it doesn't require a lot of maintenance at all. Very, very minimal. And another one that we hear a lot, man, solar panels are not going to work when it's cloudy. How can they work? The sun's covered. Well, I don't know if any of you guys like the beach. I do. That's why I live here in South Florida, 5 minutes away. But when you go to the beach and just hang out all day when it's a cloudy day, and then let me see you the next day, you're still going to get burnt, right? The panels work off of the UV ray. So even though you're not seeing actual sun rays shining through, they're still producing electricity. Now, it's not going to produce the same as if there's no clouds, but that's why the net metering program is so important, where as you're storing energy from one day to the other, the days that you need a little bit of assistance from what the system produces, you have a stored energy in the grid that you can utilize to power the home. All right. So hopefully some of those, breakdowns of these misconceptions help clear up what a lot of people, unfortunately think about solar. So do you really save money when going solar? Let's take a look at a couple of examples. These are two clients of mine, and let's take a look at the one on the left. So they were paying $238 a month, like we talked about. That's a payment that's going to continue increasing every single year on average. And if you look at the total expense, that number in red, what that number is a factored 4% increase, which is very conservative, by the way, of how much electricity goes up every year over the next 25 years. So if they stuck with the utility company, they were going to pay $118,000 plus just to power their home for a rental of electricity. And then guess what happens in year 26? Well, they got to keep paying them, right? They got to power their house some way, somehow. Instead, what they did was, when I showed them the numbers on if they added solar to their house, they're going to pay a $208 fixed payment. Okay. And they're going to end up paying $62,400 over that 25-year span. How do I know that? Well, because I'm pretty good at math, and also because I have a calculator. 208 times 300, $62,400. So they're going to be paying half of the money that they would have paid the utility company. So by going solar, they're getting their bill slashed in half. And now that 62 grand went to pay an asset that was on their rooftop. So after year 25, guess what? They don't make that $208 payment anymore. The system is completely paid off. And now you have that added value on the home as opposed to paying $118,000 with nothing to show for it and helping and aid the production of dirty energy in our planet. And all of that was done, guys, with zero money out of pocket. It's an absolute no-brainer, but you got to be open-minded. You got to be able to sit down, talk to a solar professional. And that's where you guys as real estate agents, I'm going to show you how helping us do that is going to be very profitable for you. So just the other example, pretty simple. I don't want to run through it too extensively, but they were paying $138, increasing payment. They decided to go solar, pay $123, right? Now, mind you guys, unless you're in California and you're really saving about 20 to 50% off of your original bill. So if you're paying $400, you might pay $250. Here in the East Coast, we're generally going to pay about 5 to 20% less initially. Nobody's going solar because they're saving 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks a month, in the first couple of months. They're going solar because in the next 25 years, they're going to literally cut their bill between 40 to 60% in half. No money out of pocket, and it's going to build value to their house. Complete no-brainer. So as you can see, it doesn't matter if your bill is $100 a month, $400 a month, or anywhere in between. You're still renting your power, and we have to try to show all of our homeowners, friends, and family that, guys, we got to open up our eyes to solar because this is a good thing. All right. So if any of that makes sense to you guys, please let me know. Hey, it makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know as well. Go ahead and type it in there, guys. I appreciate any feedback. Why waiting to go solar is costing both you and your homeowners tens of thousands of dollars. You saw in the two examples how those people were playing. They were going to save anywhere between 30 to 60 grand over 25 years. Okay. The federal tax credit is one of them, right? It's 26% towards the total cost of the system, that as long as you have taxable income, you can qualify for the federal tax credit, right? The government is gifting you that money for going green. You take that money, you apply it to your system, and that's what's going to lock in your payment at that lower rate for the remaining time of the financing. But that incentive is not going to be here forever. It's going away in about a year and a half, a little bit less. Then it's going to drop down to 22%, as you see there on the bottom left, in 2023. And then after that, it's going to zero. Now, this year, it should have been 22%, but the administration extended it for a couple of years, praying that they do that again. But we can't live on hopes and dreams. As of right now, it's going away in a couple of years. So it's a urgency for homeowners to make the switch now. There's only two times, by the way, the best times to go solar. One of them is when you initially buy the house, and the second time is right now. It makes no sense to wait when you're getting that government assistance. And the average homeowner value goes up about 4 to 6%. So you have a $400,000 house, you add a solar system that's going to produce all your energy, you're going to increase the value of your house by 15 to 20 grand right off the rip. No money out of pocket. Replacing a liability bill with an asset bill that's fixed and it has price protection and has an end date, right? That bill is eventually gonna run out. You're not gonna have to pay it forever like you would the utility company. So hopefully these things are starting to, I know I'm being a little bit repetitive about all this, but ultimately it's for a reason, guys. It's really to hammer home all these points about solar. Now, as far as for you guys, the realtors, the real estate agents and the brokers out there, solar is the multi-billion-dollar industry, like I talked about. It's going to be $1 trillion industry in a few years, in my opinion, that you guys aren't tapping into yet. And I'm going to show you guys how you can tap into that industry in a few minutes. So while I take a drink, let's take a look at the top 5 concerns that homeowners have about solar. Okay. Well, installing solar is going to damage my roof. Well, if you guys, let me educate you a little bit on the installs, right? So the panels are installed in the truss of the roof. They're going to put railings down, and then the panels get attached to those railings. These panels are actually going to protect your roof more than anything, right? Because they're the ones that are going to be taking on the elements, the rain, the sun, the heat, right? So they're actually going to extend the life of your roof instead of damage it. And most companies will have a warranty that's going to cover against any leaks or anything that has to do with the system. So you're going to be covered all the way around. As a matter of fact, I live in South Florida, for example. There are a lot of hurricanes that come through here, high winds. So these panels are made to withstand high 150, 180 mile per hour wind gusts. So a lot of these roofs, they only withstand about 110, 120 mile per hour winds. So actually the parts of the roof that are going to have solar on it are going to be more protected than anything. What happens if I move, right? As a real estate agent, you guys know most people stay in the house 6 to 8 years on average, right? They're not really going to be in the house for 20, 30 years. Some people are, but not the general masses. So what'll happen is, just like if you had, let's say, Duke Energy, right, in the East Coast, and you moved, what do you do with that Duke bill? Do you take it with you to the new house? No, you just transfer it over to the new homeowner, and he takes over paying Duke Energy. Same exact thing with solar. All the financing options that people get into, they're going to take that financing payment, and then the new homeowner is going to take it over. So think about it like this in terms of a resale value, right? You have somebody that's has a $200 bill payment now. They switch over to solar. They do a 20-year financing, and they're paying $190 a month. Fixed price protection for 20 years. 10 years down the line, they decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and move to the West Coast of the country. So now that they've paid 10 years worth of that financing for the system, the new homeowner now takes over that payment for the $190, and they only have 10 years left to pay until they're free from their electric bill. But the house next door that didn't go solar, that had that $200 bill 10 years ago, is now paying over $300. So I'm a buyer now in 2031, and I see two houses that I like. One has a $190 bill that's going to go away, and the other one has a $300 plus bill that I'm going to make for the rest of my life. Which house am I going to be more gravitated to? The one with solar, of course. That's why homes with solar sell much faster. I don't have any money for this, Joel. Man, times are so hard. I can barely even pay for my electric bill. Okay, no problem, Mike. Let me ask you a question. So you're paying $200 for your electric bill, right? Yeah, man, $200 about on average, $250 in the summer, $150 in the winter. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put solar on your rooftop. Okay, it's not going to cost you anything out of pocket, so don't worry about any of that. I know times are tough. We're going to cover the permitting, the installation, the site survey, the engineering, the warranty. We're going to cover everything, right? And what's going to happen is, because your system now is going to be producing all the energy that you need for the home, we're going to alleviate, and that $200 bill is going to go down to $10, right? So what you're paying the utility company now is going to go down to $10. Guess what happens? We're going to now free up $190 of money that you don't have to spend to the utility company anymore. Guess what? Your system is going to be $180 a month fixed. So now we're going to take that 190, we're going to take 180 of it and pay the system off every month. And guess what? Now you have $10 left. Go get yourself a Starbucks on you, right? So it doesn't cost any more money to go solar. You're just replacing, again, a liability payment that continues to increase, and you're going to pay it towards an asset that's on your rooftop. All right. I don't want to go into another debt, Joel, man. You know what? I just paid off my last credit card, and it took me 5 years to get out of debt. I just boosted up my credit score. I don't want to get into another debt. Okay. Yeah, no, Cindy, I definitely understand. So let me ask you a question. How long do you plan on being in this house? Oh, forever. This is my forever home. I paid off all the debt. House is paid off. This is where I'm going to be. Okay. And you're paying what, $180 a month? Yeah. How long are you going to be paying electricity for? Oh, well, I'm going to pay it as long as I'm in this house. Okay. Well, and how long do you plan on being in the house again? Well, I'm going to pay forever. Okay. So let me get this straight. You have to pay the utility company forever at a 4 to 7% increase every single year and nothing to show for it. That sounds like the absolute worst compounded loan I have ever heard of in my life. why would you want to be a part of that? A utility company, it's still a debt, guys. I don't, yes, it doesn't show up on your credit score, but it's still a debt. So why not replace that with a fixed payment that now every money that you pay towards is going to build equity and value of your house? I've heard people say, I don't want it to touch my credit score, Joel. Well, what's the reason why you got the credit score up in the first place? So that you could leverage your credit score to buy a house and lower and refinance your house, get a lower interest rate. Or I want to buy a car, but I want to get the absolute best monthly payment. Well, now you can leverage your credit score to get an asset put on your house to pay less for electricity and now build equity in your home. So that's why it's not just another debt. It's actually going to be beneficial for you guys. My HOA won't allow me to go solar. Hey, no big deal. The law's in your favor. Most states have mandates to where HOAs cannot prevent homeowners to go solar. I mean, I know a lot of these HOAs, they tell you can't even plant a certain flower in front of your house because it doesn't match everybody else's flowers, which is ridiculous. But they can't prevent us from going green and wanting to, upgrade the way that we pay for electricity. So, oh yeah, Victor, I just saw a question. What's the average term of a mortgage for a home? Yeah, 30 years, right? So that's a great point. And I'll touch on that here real quickly. Guys, when we buy a house, we don't think, oh man, I'm going to get into this $300,000, $400,000, debt. I know I'm paying $2,000, $2,500 a month, and I know I'm building equity, but man, how am I going to sleep in that knowing I have $400,000 on my head? You sleep just fine. Because if you're in the house for 5 years and you sell the home, you don't carry that debt with you. The new homeowner buys the house and they take it over. Same thing with the system, right? So no worries no matter if you're going to be in the house for another 5 years or it's for your forever home, solar makes sense any way you draw it. So here's a couple of examples of actual homeowners that I've helped, and let's just see if it actually made sense. So we have a lady on the left. She was paying $259 a month, guys, an increasing bill. With the rates going up, that was going to be an average of a $300 bill just in a few short years. And what's now her summer bill? Oh, her summer bill was $330. She switched over to solar. She has a $222 fixed payment for her electricity. She doesn't have to worry about it going up ever again. And she pays a $9 connection fee to the utility company. So she's saving about 30, 40 bucks initially. And that savings is just going to increase over time. And every payment that she makes every single month is not going to the garbage can, right? She replaced a shredder for a utility bill. And she put, what she did? She put an ATM on her rooftop so that anytime she's making that payment, it's making her money. If you see here in the middle, guys, that's like a picture of what the utility companies will have, where the blue is power you're pulling in from the utility grid. Those are the nighttime hours. And as soon as the sun comes up, you see that the graph flips to the bottom. That's energy that she's producing that is more than what she's utilizing during the day. So that extra energy is going back into the grid and she's building up credits. So as you can see, the peak times, right? Noon, 1 o'clock, 2, 3 p.m. And eventually that goes down until when the sun goes down. And obviously then she needs to pull back to power her house at night. But by that time, she's storing up so much credits during the day that all she has to pay the utility company is that connection fee. If you look at the gentleman on the right, he is paying $220 an average before solar. And again, increasing bill. He had up to as high as a $300 bill in the summer. These are your clients, guys. This is real life of homeowners that you work with. He went solar. We dropped his bill from $220 to $180, right? It's about a 20% savings initially. He pays an $8 connection fee to the utility company. And if you notice that little yellow arrow pointing down, see how the bar graph, all the power he's using from the utility company, as soon as he goes solar, whoop, that went down to zero. Why? Because he had a solar professional who he worked with who sized the system properly for his home so that all the power is being produced from his system. He doesn't have to rent his power anymore from the dirty utility grid. And now he is self-independent and building value and equity in his house by paying a fixed rate that's never going to go up on him. So you as real estate agents are that red puzzle piece. If you guys take a look at that picture in the middle there, between the homeowners and us. Obviously, it's our business, it's our job to try to reach out to as many homeowners as possible, but we can't do it alone. There's millions of people in this planet, in this country, and you guys know a lot of them. So why should you be that red piece that connects the homeowners to us? Well, I'm going to tell you guys. Why should you add solar to your portfolio? And if you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Say, I want to know. If you want to know how adding solar to your portfolio is going to benefit you guys, put it in the chat, guys. Let me hear you. So awesome, guys. Thank you, Victor, Marvin, Isela. Someone is going to help your clients, your friends, your family go solar. No doubt about it. Eventually, they're going to get a whiff of information. They're going to pique somebody's interest. Their neighbor's going to go solar. They're going to go over there and bring, some cheese and crackers and a bottle of wine and say, hey, man, I saw you went solar. Tell me about it. Right. And then your client's going to go solar, and your brother and your next door neighbor. And guess what? They're not going to tell you. You're just going to find out the hard way. Why not you? Why not you be the one that introduces them to solar? Why not you be the one that calls that client up and say, hey, Mike, man, what's going on? 1 year anniversary of your home, man. Congratulations. How's it going? By the way, have you ever considered solar for the house? Why not have these conversations with your homeowners? Well, we partner with hundreds of real estate agents, guys, all across the country. And we as a company with Powur, we value our relationship with you better than anybody else will. Okay. We don't just want to be a name on your vendor list. Okay. We don't just want to be a name you just kind of throw to your family or homeowner or friends if they happen to ask you about solar. We want to generate a partnership with you. Okay. We want this to be something that we're working together on. So I'm going to start here, work my way from the left and go to the right. Okay. Why partner with Powur as a real estate agent? Well, we're going to handle absolutely everything. All you have to do is make that initial connection. All you got to say is that, hey, Michelle, what's going on? Listen, let me ask you a question. My bill's been through the roof lately. What has yours been? Oh man, it's been $200. This summer's killing me. Well, you know what? I recently just partnered with the largest and fastest solar company in the country. And they're helping homeowners lower their electric bill, lock in their payment so they have a price protection, right? Because the rates keep going up every single year. That way their payment never goes up. And they're also going to increase the value of your house. And guess what, Michelle? What, Joel? Well, they can do all of that with zero money out of pocket. Can you believe that? Oh, that sounds amazing. Look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my business partner's phone number. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give him your contact as well. He's going to reach out to you. He'll give you a free consultation. First of all, we got to make sure that you qualify, because not everybody qualifies. 2 out of every 5 homes aren't eligible for solar. So this isn't something that everybody can just get, but it would be important to find out if it's going to be a good fit for you. How does that sound? If you're a real estate agent, can you do that? Guys, type in the chat if you're a real estate agent, or even if you're not a real estate agent. Yeah, I can do that. I can have a 5-second, 30-second, 1-minute conversation with somebody and just kind of pique their interest. Absolutely. Isela, Keenan says, too easy. Guys, it's just a simple conversation. And it's a genuine conversation. You're trying to help them. You're trying to help them be independent and not throw $30, $40, $50, $60,000 over the next 25 years down the garbage can. So you're going to have access to over 100 of the top solar professionals in the country, guys. They are all part of our platform with Powur. Okay. Whether it's me, whether it's Keenan Garcia, who's chatting in, whether it's Jonathan Brunasso in California, whether it's Edgardo Gonzalez in Texas, guys, you have a ranking system. You have all these mentors that have been in the industry for a year, 10 years, 15 years, professionals that know what they're doing, so you can be comfortable and rest assured that your clients are in great hands. Okay. Your clients are going to benefit by sending them to us to help them with their solar needs and educate them to see if they qualify, they're going to benefit from the longest warranty in the industry. Most companies warranty these systems for 25 years and it doesn't cover the parts and the labor. We are actually covering the panels, the inverters, the roof penetration in case of leaks for 30 years, bumper to bumper, no deductible, parts and labor. I mean, throw the system on your roof, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. You don't have to worry about a thing for the rest of your life. That is comfort that the homeowners want when they're doing the second biggest purchase that they'll ever do. One is the house and two is the solar. They're going to have access to the most financing options in the industry. My goodness, we're the largest and fastest growing company. What do you guys think what do you guys think that the top two financing companies in solar are doing? Well, they're dropping their interest rates so we can go with them. So then our whole company starts to lean that way. Well, these guys don't want to fall behind because then they're going to be out of business. So then they lower their rates, and we're brokers. So we're battling for you and your homeowners to make sure we get the absolute lowest rates in the industry, the absolute best prices, the wholesale cost. We are bringing that to your homeowner. Now, I said wholesale cost, not cheapest cost. We're certainly not the cheapest. We're definitely not the most expensive. I don't know about you guys, the last time you bought anything significant, but I don't think that you want to buy the cheapest product, the cheapest service, right? You buy cheap, you buy twice, okay? But we're valued right where we should be. And especially when you're putting a power plant that's going to be in the rooftop producing clean energy for the next 40 to 50 years, I would think you guys and your homeowners don't want to put the cheapest thing up there. So we value what you bring to our business relationship as a real estate agent. And what is that? Well, you're bringing the homeowner, right? You're bringing the homeowner that has trust, that has rapport built with you, right? You're bringing also your name, your face, your brand, and putting that on the line by referring them to us. So we better value that, and we do. Okay, we want this. This is going to be an equal partnership, right? So why is it equal? Here we go. We split the profit, guys, of every single deal with you 50-50. If you partner with us and partner with Powur and you choose one of the dozens and dozens of solar professionals, I hope that is me. If it's not, my feelings are hurt, because you know why? I will trust every single one of these solar advisors in our company in a heartbeat, with my own mother. So I know the kind of culture and the kind of expertise that we have here in our company. Hands down, the best I've ever seen. So we're going to split the profit with you guys, set 50-50. Our average commission is $7,000. I go knock a door, which is how I get a majority of my leads, right? 50% is from referrals, 50% is from door knocking. I want to go out and talk to the homeowners, man. I want to see people face to face. I want them to understand and know the urgency that it takes and that is necessary to break away from the utility grid and go ahead and go solar. So that's how I get interactions with my homeowners. But we're going to split that commission. So I go to a homeowner's house, I share with them about solar, I qualify them. If they get approved, I'm making $7,000 in that commission. Now you're referring your clients, your homeowners to us. We're taking care of everything else. We're teaching them about solar. We're educating them. Once the project gets approved, we're giving it to our project managers. We're taking care of the installation. All you did, guys, was put it on a silver platter for us. And because of that, we're giving you 50% of the commission. That means you're going to make $3,000 to $4,000 per homeowner that you refer to us that goes solar. I know commissions in real estate, they're pretty comparable to the ones that we have here in our industry. I can rest assured that you won't have to work nearly as hard to make close to that amount of money, because you've already built a relationship with these clients. All you're doing is making the connection with us. So if that seems like something that is going to be valuable to you and your pocket, and you can see how, hey, you know what, if I refer a couple of clients, that's 7,000. We have real estate agents, guys, making $30,000 to $100,000 passive on the side, on top of what they make in real estate, because they refer all their clients to us. Past clients, right? New clients. Guess what you can do? You can now talk to friends, family, neighbors that already have real estate agents and come with them and say, hey guys, let me share a little bit about solar with you. Let me connect you with our solar advisor. Now you're making a commission off of these homeowners. And guess what? Now when they have a home with solar on it and 10 years down the line or 5 years down the line, they want to sell their house, who are they going to think about? Are they going to think about you, the real estate agent that brought solar to them and helped them save a ton of money on their electric bill? Yeah, this probably seems like a good candidate to help me now sell my house, and not whoever they had before that probably hasn't followed up with them in 3 years. So there's value in this everywhere, guys. And again, if you feel like this is something that you can do, have a conversation, go ahead and put it in the chat. Say, I can talk to somebody. This is easy. Now, how do you do this? How do you partner with us? $99 one-time onboarding fee, right? To jump onto the platform, and then $49 a month technology fee that all of us pay that are part of Powur. That's it, guys. I'm not going to touch on that much further because it's really nothing. It's a bad steak at a steakhouse down the street, and then half of an AT&T bill every single month, so that you can now increase your income 20 to 60%, right? This should open up a whole new market for you guys to be able to generate extra revenue for yourself, especially in this market in real estate. Man, it's tough, man. I talk to realtors all the time. They're like, man, I haven't done a sale in months, or one or two. You know, they used to do a couple, right? There's some of the top producers that I know that they did 20, 30, 40 deals in a year. They're struggling to get 15. So you think that this is something now that you can kind of just implement into what you already do? I hope so. So I'll finish up with this, guys. What is your next step? Okay. Because don't just listen to all this and then not do anything about it. Because I'm telling you right now, look, it happened to me. It happened to me. I got into the solar industry. I was kind of a little passive at first and kind of talking to people and things like that. Man, a month later, boom, 2 people in my neighborhood, the houses that I can see from my house, went solar. All I had to do was go talk to them. It's going to happen to you. And every time you see that, you can pretty much think that you just lit $3,000 to $4,000 on fire. Take action, guys. Contact me. Step 1 would be to onboard, right? If somebody invited you here that's already utilizing and part of Powur and they're a solar professional, talk to them and say, hey, how do I get started? Okay. If you're here because you found out on Facebook or Instagram, or I invited you personally, first step is to onboard. Second step, you take an hour-and-a-half training to learn the platform. Step 3, schedule a Zoom with me, 30-minute Zoom. I'm going to teach you guys and train you some talking tracks, a couple of things that you can say to homeowners that are going to pique their interest. And then we're going to launch this partnership. So my cell phone's there, email, IG. What better way to start than now? All right. Eli's phone. I don't know who they are. If you got invited, find out who invited you. All right. And if you don't know who it was, we'll work it out, man. Go ahead and shoot me a text. But if you know who invited you, go ahead and text them and say, hey, how do I become part of Powur? How do I become part of this movement? That's going to be the next. This is the gold rush here, guys. There was the real estate boom. Now is the solar boom, right? But you can also be part of it. You're already in the game. You know homeowners. You're in the game, but you're not playing. All right. This is how you guys play. Join Powur, partner with us, and let's do some big things together. All right. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, guys. And if you guys have any questions, we can do a little bit of a Q&A. All right, cool. Appreciate everybody hanging around. If you have any questions, go ahead and just type it in the chat. Any general information or maybe some, ways that you can join Powur. Thank you guys for the support. I appreciate all you guys in the industry that came out to support. That means a lot. Cool. Rob, I appreciate you, man. Eli, well, obviously Eli's phone is Eli, but Eli, let me know if you figured out who's the one that invited you in here, man. I want to make sure that you're taken care of. And if you guys don't have any questions, you are free to go. I appreciate you. Cool. No questions, guys. All right, guys. Hey, Enjoy the rest of your week. Let's crush it out there. And don't quit, y'all.
Hey, Joel, I sent you a text. Check it real quick when you get a minute.
All right. I didn't get it yet, Brian. I didn't get it yet. I didn't get it. Try it again. Make sure you got the right number, man. It's there behind me. 954-415-0939. Martha, you're welcome. Isela, thank you guys. Anthony.
Thanks for putting this on. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, no, of course, man. Of course. And it's going to be recorded too. So if you guys want it, Eli, I got you. Or is that Elisa? Oh, Eli, yeah, Eli. Yep. Eli, I got you, my brother. I'll shoot you an email. We'll connect. We'll get you going. Yes, sir, man. Let's do it. All right, guys, we're signing off. Thank you, everybody. Have a blessed day, man.